Hi Shikha, how are you doing?
I'm okay, just really bogged down with operational pressures.
Is there anything in particular that's keeping you bogged down?
Nothing in particular, just the usual complaints from the agencies.
Okay, let's discuss that in a little more detail since reducing the number of agency complaints is one of the key deliverables for you this year. I'd like to spend the next 45 minutes or so discussing things like how you performed so far, what you need to achieve to improve, and where you are falling back and what is keeping you back. I'd also like to know that if there's any way that I can support you in helping you achieve your objectives, I'm always there. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, okay.
Let's start by switching off our mobile phones or at least keeping it in silent mode so that you don't get disturbed.
Okay.
Is that right? Shika, what's happening with respect to the agency complaints?
I spend most of my time handling agency issues. We have reduced the number of complaints as compared to last year by around 5%. There's so many issues cropping up. Wrong ROs, ads coming on the wrong page, the size and color of the ad getting changed, editions getting missed. I'm going crazy coordinating with the various departments. The issue is when agencies raise a complaint, it's not very clear who the right person to address is. There's no clear process in place. So sometimes I get emails, some people call, I even get letters. So there's no central collation of these complaints, so it's really tough to track them, address them, analyze what is pending.
So, what do you think are the ways of resolving this?
We need to be quick in resolving agency complaints. So we should tell the agencies to send emails to whoever their contact in the company is, and the recipient of the mail should forward it to the right person, follow up and resolve it. Everyone needs to be responsible.
May I share my thoughts on this?
Okay.
I feel it may not significantly change the way we handle queries and see, it may reduce by about 5 or 10%, but we have a huge goal of 30% reduction, which I don't think is possible with that sort of approach. And we're going to be putting unnecessary pressure on a lot of people, and I don't think it will sustain over time. So, can you think of something which can structurally change the way we handle complaints so that that process can sustain over a period of time?
Well, I hadn't really thought about it from that point of view.
That's fine. I'm keen to hear your thoughts on this.
Maybe we could have a centralized complaint desk to handle all these agencies' issues. So perhaps the agencies could call in or send an email to the desk, and a complaint number could be assigned for each issue, and we could have a workflow and it could be assigned to the appropriate people. And so I think it would be easier this way to track and check on the status of the complaints. This sounds like quite an interesting idea. I'd really like to pursue it.
I agree. It's a pretty interesting idea to pursue. I think you can speak to Hemant from the supply chain team.
Okay.
I think he's working on a similar project for the vendors, something like this.
That's great. I'll get in touch with him and take this forward.
Now, coming to the third item on your work plan, creating the alternative go-to-market strategy.
I don't really have any plans in place for that as of now.
What is the issues you have?
I need to think of new ideas and bounce them off with key stakeholders.
Can I share a little feedback with you?
Sure, Gopal.
I feel you're comfortable with the operational aspects of this project, but you find the concept of an entirely new project a little unsettling. I may be wrong, but this is what I feel. What are your thoughts on this?
You're right, Gopal. I do find it very scary to think of new ideas.
What could you do to be effective in this area?
I don't really know, Gopal. What do you think?
Well, for starters, it would help if you could keep your eyes and ears open when you're meeting our clients and traveling in our markets, and jot down any of your observations which you feel you can do. We as a company can do differently. It may not be anything big, but it can be something which you find interesting and which is worth pursuing further. We can later have a discussion about this and see how we can work around it. Okay, Shika, let's meet a month from now and see how we progress.
Yeah, sure.
There's another issue I wanted to discuss with you actually. I met our ED marketing the other day and he was telling me that you were corresponding with him regarding certain ideas about distributor management. I'd like to point out that we have tried these ideas, most of them at least, and I would like you to come to me before you go directly to the ED. I could share my ideas and views and tell you why certain ideas worked, whereas why others didn't. And at the same time, don't feel that you should not communicate directly with the ED. That's not my point at all. But if it pertains to agency management, I would like you to come to me first. Is that fine with you?
Sure, Gopal. I'll do that. Thank you for your feedback.